Hi. Okay. So last time we created an ER diagram for a preschool, like a management system, and not for a preschool as such actually, but for a ERP, which was designed for a preschool. Okay. Now today I'm going to take a simple example of something called a POS. POS is simply called a point of sales system, which is used in most of restaurants or dining places where they use it for their order management system, their inventory also they can use it for, they can even use it for their reservations or keeping track of how much time a table has been occupied and stuff like that. Through a POS, through a POS system, the restaurants, let's say the big ones, can identify which dish of theirs, which thing of theirs is getting sold the most, which is getting more requirement, which is getting more popularized. Okay, so let's start talking about first how the application work will be. Now, because it's a POS system, it will not be on the customer's place, right? A POS system normally has some tables. Okay, tables as in, because this is a restaurant, these are some tables. Let's say one, two, three. We have 8 tables in the restaurant. Okay, now this is an existing master data. Then we have a menu items. These two are wapas again a master data. Okay, then there'll be something called waiters or cashiers, right? These, all these things will be the master data. Later on, when a customer walks in, okay, when a customer walks in, he will be able to place an order, right? The order will be placed, then they can add to the order, they can subtract from the order. Okay, they can, the order can be of two types, let's say dine in and what do you call it, to go kind of thing, pick up. Let's say pick up or dine in. If you are living anywhere else, let's say we can have an online kind of order as well for your different things like DoorDash, Zomato, Swiggy, etc. Okay, now coming back here, the customer can place the order, they will have to pay a bill that will be associated with the order and the customer only, right? And to be honest, that's all a POS system does. Now if you want to think, now this is the application, let's say, right? This is the on-site application. To be honest, this is the on-site application which is there on a machine, where a person can actually use it for their own purpose, for placing the orders and getting out the bill, printing the bill and all that stuff, right? But there's another side to it, and that is, let me just erase some of this stuff. This is an on-site application, we understand. I just need space, that's all. That's why I'm doing this. So there is something called an admin portal for this. There could be an admin portal where you can see reports, where you can manage employees, right? Where you can manage salaries, where you can manage vacation and leaves, right? Where you can manage restaurant itself, inventory, let's say, right? Inventory, and that's how we will see. Okay, so just know that there's a restaurant. Okay, there are tables. A customer comes to the restaurant, orders, sits on a table, orders something. A customer may not be able, may not, will not, could not be associated with the table. It could be a online delivery kind of thing. Then on the other hand, these all data that you see, we will have menu items, we will have items, menu categories or items, we will have waiters, we'll have cashiers. Okay, then we can have some sort of a, let's say, a structure on the cloud somewhere, NoSQL data, time series data that will be used for reports. Okay, that another relational data that can be used for employees, that is the waiters and the cashiers, this kind of stuff. And I think that's it. Inventory management also can be done here. That's it. So we'll try to create something for this purpose, right? Now requirements, it would be, I think it's simple enough as we understood right now, that we can have n tables. Okay, there could be n customers because every day it will be changing. The customer and table will have some sort of a relation which will give us an order. Okay, the order is associated with a bill, right? The order obviously with not just a bill, it is also associated with a menu uh, item, which will have its quantity, price, etc. Any details, text or anything like that. Then we will also have now this menu item that we have over here as it is declared. We will have a menu category like your breakfast, your lunch, your appetizers, your continental dishes, your main course, your drink, something like that, right? We'll have menu categories. We will have menu, under menu categories we will have menu items. Then we will have, apart from all this, we will have employees. Let's say, let's not make something like waiters and cashiers like that, right? Let's say employees only, which will have like conditions like type could be like cashier or waiter or bus boy, right? Or owner, co-owner, something like, maybe this not over here, but you understand the whole point. Then you can have relational data with this relational data, another table which would be inventory. This we will do same as preschool. One part of preschool that we did about the bills, I think we will about the inventory of the preschool as well. We can use the same model over here also for inventory. Okay, then mm, what else is remaining? What else is remaining? uh, hmm, I suppose that's it. We'll see when we design. I do not know what assumptions can be made over here. Okay, let's see. Right, let's see. There's no bill and order have a one-to-one relation. Okay, that's for sure. Then table and customer could have a many to many relation, right? Let's say a customer comes, let's sits on table one. Next day he comes, he sits on table number two. It could be different, many to many. Okay, so customer and table will have a many to many relation. Okay, this has to be stored somewhere, and that key will be used for the order later on for reference. That is okay. Then what else? Each category, menu category must have a menu item. So it's one, and item should be many. Okay, items, this is a total participation over here, this is a partial. No, it's properly a relation. I think only for the part where we need to, where we want to do like an online order through the customer, where he won't need a table, there won't be any need of a table in that way, but still it's a many to many relation, so there's no, I don't see any partition kind of thing over there. Then okay, there's no departments or anything. We can make departments if we want, but that would be just unnecessary. Item category also we can make, that would be the inventory item category. Let's say it should have at least one, it should have at least one item in it. Otherwise, what's the point of the category? The same relation applies over here. Hmm, hmm. I don't see anything else. Now, if you are doing any payment kind of details, right? Let's talk about payments. Payments, you are doing cash or you're doing a card on or online kind of net banking or some kind of payment you're doing, then you need to store those information in some place, right? Then every order will every order will have one bill, and one bill will have one payment detail associated with it. Only one. Okay, one successful one, let's say. Many could be different failed ones, but I suppose I suppose we can discard all them and only have the one successful one. I don't think there is anything else more to assume over here. Hmm. Okay, let's see how it goes. So the yellow, the yellow will be the entities. Okay, the blue will be the relation, and I think the green could be the attributes. Okay, this is the code that we are following. All right, let's just start. So let's say we have a restaurant. Now everything centers around a table and a customer, right? Now let's say I have a table, right? I have a table entity which will have the table ID, right? I think it was green, right? Which will be TID, not IID, sorry. It would be TID over here. Then the table is associated with a customer. Now, customer side, there's not a lot of data that we are storing, so we can actually put this up over here if we want to. That would be more, I think, making more sense, because then the whole screen is more better to handle for me actually. So let's say there's a table, right? And it's associated with a customer. Okay, then the relation between them is many to many, right? This will have CID and this will have TID. Let me make that a bit above actually, that will be better. TID, which is a primary key, this is a primary key. Now they have a relation between them that is many to many. So let's say there's a table over here called order, okay, which will simply have CID, TID, and let's say order ID. That's all. Okay, that's the primary key of this table. Then the relation is simply many to many, right? Now when you go from orders, you get something called bills. Okay, you get something called let's say bills. Okay, I shouldn't have written the whole thing, but it's all right, I suppose. Let's say bills will have a BID, right, which is the bills. Then bills, each bill will have a payment detail, right? Online, card, cash, whatever it might be. In that sense, we will have a payment detail ID. Okay, now these things should have been a blue line for relation. This is one to one, this is one to one as well. All right, now orders, orders. Okay, bills. Let's say we can connect everything together with different things, to be honest with you. um let's come back to this thing. I just want to see if I'm doing everything all right. Okay, so let's say this is orders, right? This is just an order ID I'm storing over here. Let's unravel a little by little. Okay, let's say we have menu category, right, which has menu category ID and all that, right? And we have menu items, we have menu items. Okay, so we have MCID, right, and MIID, that is the primary key. The relation here is one to many. Okay, now the orders, as you can see, I should be making a this thing in between everything, to be honest, but I'm not doing that because it takes a lot of time because I'm not so good at drawing this thing, drawing that structure. But okay, so now every let's say we branch this off into a different table completely, right? The details, if you want, I can make that. That's better. I'll just extend a little bit more, and let's say order details. Okay, now order details will have the order ID. Yes, the order ID as foreign key. Then order details, for each of the order we will be logging in the menu items which were there. So you can say this is a many to many relation, right? And this is third table between them. So let's do something different over here. Rather than that, let's go blue again. Got a small pen, sorry. uh, mhm, this way. Okay, and over here, and we have order details. This is a many to many relationship. Okay, this is a many to many relationship. This is order details, which will have order ID as foreign key, and order sorry MIID, that is primary key of this thing, of the IDs over here. All right, now let's put order details. Now this same order that you see, we can, and the bill also, we can map it with something else over here, which could be simply employees. Oh, sorry about that. My erasing thing is very slow. Okay, so let's say employees, right? We can make a relation between both the things. Okay, so the one thing we can do first of all here is this. We can say one employee to one order. Okay, this would be the waiter in this relation. Waits, let's say the relation is waits, the employee waits on that order, waits on that table. But it could change. Let's say ideally in uh, ideally in these situations, the employees wait on tables, to be honest, because they are assigned. Yesterday itself I went to a restaurant, and I was talking to the waiter who was serving us, right? They were saying that they wait on each of the tables. So like it was like he had like two tables, the first and second. Then the someone else has like legs two tables, like that. So first these two tables will be filled in the restaurant. If the restaurant is empty, then these two will fill, and next on and on it goes, so that each waiter, each employee can have their turn and have the work in serving people. That's more important. So everyone does their part. It's not like one is doing all, or some of them are just slacking, right? So let's put like this. Then one waiter waits on another table. The second relation that I was talking about was bills and employees. uh, Cashes, because again we have one employee, and let's say we can have one employee and many bill, because employees could change over here, to be honest. There could be, let's say if you're billing on the counter, right? So there's one employee and many bills, right? If you are doing it on the table itself, then there is one employee and many bills again. But if you are doing in a different way, let's say on the table, there can many people can do it. Even the waiter can do it, even the server can do it. It's not server, but the one who takes the order, sometimes those people are different, even they can do it. Then it would become a many to many relation, and that's too much to handle. Let's say for a simple thing, we are doing a counter billing. In that sense, all the bills will be done by a simple employee, cashes that bill. All right, okay. And we will just have an EID over here, that is the employee ID. What else did we talk about? We talked about inventory and all. Now that part is completely separate from this, that has nothing to do with this, right? We have an inventory category. Okay, then we have an inventory item. Okay, now this thing, EIID. Okay, then ECID. Okay, these two are things are there. Now this is just management inventory, right? You can have a table called inventory as to what we are buying or what we currently have. and these two can have a one to many relation, these two can have a one to many relation as well, right? And this thing that that you see over here, the combination of this thing, I'll show you, wait, inventory ID, whatever entry that we have done, the combination of this three will make our reports for inventory. Okay, then the combination of where are we, orders, and this table, actually this location that you see, this will make our sales, not sales actually, this will make our popular thing or trending items reports, let's say. If you include the bills into this, that will make our sales report. Okay, then perform, if you want employee performance, then this will include just this, like that, and it will keep on going, right? You can include different things and understand how it would work. Now, okay, let me go back over here and see if we have missed anything. mm, so we had tables, customers, orders, bills, menu items, menu category items, employees, inventory and their details, cash payment details. Now inside obviously there is some different things, like we have type. Okay, then we have order type over here. It could be online, it could be dine in, it could be pickup. Okay, like that. That is a different setup to do, that comes under programming, let's say, but not in database. You have your options, you have. Now if you want to manage, if you don't want to do this ideas that you see over here, you don't want to do them, employee types also would be there, you don't want to do them in a static, in a literal sense, right, where one means this, two means that, and stuff like that. Okay, so you can, for that you can create your own tables, right? You can have another table called employee type, right? You can have another table called payment detail type, right? You can have one called order type, right? And you can just make a relation between them, right? You can just make a relation between them. It would be one to many, one to many, and one to many. And over here you can declare your types. There'll be IDs obviously for all three of them to identify everything, right? But you can declare your text over there. You can declare your text over there, the type, let's say like an enum or something, right? You can declare your type over here. And I think that's it. I'll just tell you where the tables would be made. Let me pick a different color. Let's say, let's go with orange. Okay, this is a table, 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 this one, 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 this one. Hmm. Now orders can be expanded into something else. I'll show you. Wait, let me go back to something, because this, oh sorry, this is something that I have done. I'll just show you. I go back over here, okay, and I'll remove all of that. Maybe you can hear my pad. So orders can be expanded into this kind of thing. Okay, I'll show you. Because orders, sometimes people do kitchen orders as well. They do something called KOTs, which is the kitchen order time, kitchen order ticket, something like that. So what happens is when a customer comes in, he does an order. Okay, he can add to that order, right? He can give a order for starters or appetizers, then he will go for drinks or main course or something like that, and these things get added to the original order that he has placed. Now how that normally is managed, let's say we have a customer and we have an order, and between them we have a sorry, customer, we have a table, between them we have orders. Now here we have the order ID, right? Now these orders actually will be creating inside, they'll be creating something called KOTs. Okay, so each order will have multiple KOTs. and the KOT will be connected to the this thing, menu items actually. That's how it will be done. Menu items. And oh, I shouldn't have made it so small then, because it doesn't make sense like that. Okay, so let's say there's a customer that's connected to a table. Now this is a many to many relation, right? We have an order. Now order will go into a KOT, and KOT will have the menu items actually. Now this is a many one to many relation. This is a one to many relation. This is a many to many relation, and that is the this is the resultant of that relation, the third table to manage those things, right? So KOT will have the order ID and menu item IDs. Okay, here we will have the order ID, we'll have the customer ID, we'll have the table ID. That's all. hmm. I thought this was going to be complicated, but not, because I remember I did something different. Hmm. But yeah, that's it, I suppose. The reports that we talked about will be done through programs or stored procedures, so they do not have any point over here. You can include some of the data, like let's say the payment details, the bills, the inventory, these things, these whole thing. Maybe you can put these tables, this data into a time series kind of thing, so your reporting is much easier that way. But I think that was the video, guys. Yes, if you have any questions, any queries, please let me know. Take Wait over here, take a screenshot. It's up to you how you want to do it. See the explanation, understand the explanation, see the KOT part as well, understand the explanation, and let me know if you have any questions, any queries about how we have done this, how we have created this. If you still do not understand, please comment below, let me know, so I may make a detailed video if anyone more people need, and we will see. And that's all. Thank you for watching. See you next time.